consistently spending more than what is generated in revenue, thereby depleting reserves, will soon result in a negative outlook and an eventual downgrade in the town's bond rating. Informing the town council sooner rather than later of our concerns for the fiscal year 2010 budget is a proactive step that will be viewed favorably by the rating agency. What happens subsequently will be significant. Making tough financial decisions is a trademark of highly rated communities. Reducing services to balance an operating budget will be viewed as a financially responsible action by bond rating agencies. They will not view this as a negative event. Locally, a lot of criticism will most likely be placed on management and the council for forcing reductions to services in order to maintain the current bond rating. However, ignoring a structural budget deficit and spending reserves down until we are forced to make cuts will be viewed as management's inability to effectively deal with problems and most certainly will result in a downgrade. If we have to make cuts to services to achieve structural budget balance, the rating agencies are not going to compare our service levels to other communities in determining our rating. The fact that we currently have a structural budget deficit in and of itself will not lead to an imminent decline in the bond rating. The way we address that will. We currently have an estimated $7.5 million in free cash subject to certification and $10.7 million in the stabilization fund for our capital projects. Approximately $5 million of the free cash is set aside for the council's reserve, leaving us $2.5 million to address the structural deficit going into the fiscal year 10 budget. Ignoring the operating budget deficit will result in a majority of the free cash being used in fiscal year 10, including the council's reserve. Additionally, if we authorize $1.8 million in new bond issues over the next 4 years and continue the public roads programs, the Capital Trust Fund balance will decline to a level of $2 million by FY18. Standard & Poor's categorizes a strong available fund balance as 8 to 15% of the annual operating budget. The Government Finance Officers Association recommends a fund balance of no less than 5% to 15% of general fund revenue, or no less than 2 months of regular general fund operating expenses. We should target these ratios as our guide in developing our next budget for fiscal year 10. Ultimately, the Town Council will have to provide us with some guidance as to what is more important, maintaining current service levels for as long as we can, or keeping our sound financial position.